Weather galaxy. I didn't have a real plan for a Halloween video, but I wanted to post this thing. Not really sure what I'm doing here. But anyway, here's what I decided to have be my player skin. You see, wait a minute. Let me just get these distracting things off. And that one too. I found a player skin of Tari from Meta Runner, and I replaced the skin's head with my head. Anyways, I wanted to let you all know that, with my Miraculous Ladybug thingy, the one that I had that big plot hole in, I did a bit of research and found out that, the bubbler was not the first episode produced. The first episode produced was Stormy Weather, at least in terms of production codes. Oh, it's for season 1 of the thing. And therefore, I am thinking of making it so that my version of Stormy Weather is the first episode instead of having the thing with my birthday. I assume that you all know that my birthday, or I mean to say my operator's birthday. I am a virtual YouTuber after all. I meant to say, yeah, my main operator's birthday is on Valentine's Day. I mean, it's not the same as my res day. And by res day, I mean the day that I was first booted up, or maybe the day my channel got started on. I don't know. Anyway, anyways, also, just so that it doesn't sound like I'm talking to you about res days and birthdays and all that other stuff, look at this thing. It's a Primordial Accelerator. This thing is able to take these primordial pearls and, you know, accelerate them, hence the accelerator thingy. But you need to have this thingy, a Primordial Accelerator terminus. Also, you have to make sure that the flat end of it is against it. Watch. See, that pearl just got me 14 in primordial grains. Like I said, you have to make sure that it's the flat end. Otherwise, it'll do that. It'll explode. And I don't know, you know, I never did check. These primordial accelerator tunnels can help accelerate the pearl and make it so that it produces more of these grains. So like I said, the first one I ran through gave me 14 of them. Let's see how many I get when I run it through with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 is the maximum amount. Otherwise, I think it becomes unstable or something. Vacuum chest over there. 23. Of course, let's. That's nearly double the amount without any of the accelerator tunnels. You're probably wondering what the grains are good for. Well, you could run them through the infusey through this thingy and make them into primordial polos, or at least parts of the primordial polo. Or you can run them through this. See? It may say that's a primordial polo. I mean, it says moat, but it's still a polo, just damaged. You know. Luckily, I can repair it using the energetic infuser, or in tandem, with its flux reconstruction augment. See? Like, now it said primordial nodule, and now it's a primordial polo. I don't know what to do with this thing. In fact, let me go and find its entry in the why they always have to give the magical things hard names. You know what, let's just call it a magical book. Let's see, where was it? It was in, no, not there. Oh, here's the Primordial Accelerator thing. Let's see, I've drawn up plans for a complex device I've dubbed a Primordial Accelerator. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Accelerate primordial polos to impossible speeds. This is a highly energetic and dangerous device, so I'll need to be sure to use it within the following guidelines, which I showed you earlier. First, the accelerator needs an appropriate terminus to absorb the force of impact and shatter the polo. A block of magically reinforced concrete should do the trick, but I must be sure to angle the flat side toward the accelerator. Any lateral deflection could cause an explosion on impact, like I showed you. Second, and there must not be any open air between the accelerator and the terminus. If there is, the polo will spin off into the atmosphere and be lost. Third, I can increase the speed of the polo by placing specially crafted magnetic tunnels between the accelerator and the terminus. Each tunnel will make the polo's impact more potent and more likely to yield whatever this will wield, those grains I showed you. This is a limited possibility, however. Containment will fail if more than 10 tunnels are used, or if any other block intersects the tunnel, causing an explosion. Also, the tunnels must be facing the right way, or, you guessed it, kaboom. I've painted arrows on them that must be pointed toward the terminus for safe operation. Finally, the polo I use must have some heft to it. The smallest motes are unlikely to yield any relevant data and thus will be rejected by the accelerator. This is some dangerous research, but I'm confident it will be fruitful. I must make sure to closely examine whatever is yielded from this experiment. Addendum 1. Fascinating! These grains contain the essential primordial nature of the polos without any discernible aspects. I believe that they could be reconstituted into proper primordial polos with exposure to sufficient essentia, but this would take a lot. This merits further investigation. Here's the infusion recipe for the accelerator. You infuse a dispenser with 4 voidmail plates. Oh, by the way, this is a Farmcraft item. Did I forget to mention that this is a Farmcraft item? It's, in the Periphery mod, Farmic Periphery. Anyways, you infuse a dispenser with 4 voidmail plates, 2 complex arcane mechanisms, an advanced alchemical construct, and a Primordial Accelerator tunnel. You also need 100 alien type Essentia, 200 each of energy and machine Essentia, and 250 of motion. And it is dangerously unstable. To create the tunnel, that's an arcane workbench one. 100 viz with 4 voidmail plates, 4 rare earths, and an Essentia tube. You also need an air and an auto viz crystal. The terminus is crafted by crafting any color of concrete with 4 voidmail plates, and it's an arcane workbench one. You need 250 viz is along with a Terra and Order or viz crystal. Oh, in the primordial mode, you're able to infuse a grain with 250 each of the with 250 points each of all the primal of all the primal aspects. But there is the accretion thing. It says, my initial hypothesis was correct, as I suspected. By properly layering Essentia onto the grains in an ordered fashion, I can reconstitute them. And with only half of the Essentia that I was using before. In addition, the resulting pose will sometimes be larger. Essentia is fed into the chamber through any of the 6 ports on its side. The grains are fed into the stabilizing quicksilver bath at the top, and the resulting pose are ejected from the front grill. I showed you it earlier, but I didn't really get into it. These transfusers are hooked up to these creative jars. I know it's kind of cheap, but still. I drop it in now. And there's the moat. Now, it said that it would sometimes be bigger, but, I don't really have the time to show you. Anyways, I think that's good enough, I guess. Be sure to, share this channel with others, and like and subscribe to my videos. That's all for now. Shoot for the stars.